Okay, good morning. Another Zoom-related hitch there. Kung hindi ka magsasalita, hindi bubukas ang monitor. In any case, welcome to the program. I'm your host, Cito Beltran. You are watching Agenda here on One News PH. Thank you for being subscribers of Cignal TV and watching us via channels 8 and 250. At nagpapasalamat po tayo sa mga tumatangkilik ng programa. Forgive me if I shift from Tagalog to English to Tagalog for our foreign viewers. I'm sure this would be a good teaching experience or learning experience for you to be familiar with Taglish. Today is uy, Happy New Year if you are Chinese, but whether you are Chinese, Filipino, whatever, the greetings is global. Happy Chinese New Year. And hindi na po ako magcha-Chinese, baka ma-bastardize lang yung aking pagcha-Chinese. Magalit pa yung mga kaibigan kong Filipino-Chinese. Anyway, today is February 1, 2022. It's a Tuesday. Happy Chinese New Year to you. And for those who wanted a reset of 2022 because they had a bad January, well, here you go. This is going to be your reset. And on today's program, we will first speak with Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya of the DILG for clarifications regarding the shift from Alert Level 3 to Alert Level 2 and all this talk about eventually going to Alert Level 1 because there are some people who are claiming that it's too soon. Too soon daw kasi dapat daw pababain muna ng husto. But then there are issues with the independent kingdom of Tralala where there are provinces that are implementing certain restrictions and there are travelers who are complaining because nagkakaroon daw po ng repetition of task and waste of time and expense for travelers. We will speak to Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya, and after that, we will talk about biking, bisikleta. Sabi nga ni Ariel Oreta, or at least that was the urban legend before, that one time Ariel Oreta said, sa ika-uunlad ng bayan, bisikleta ang kailangan. Little did he realize, or whoever came up with that line, little did they realize that biking, cycling, I don't even know the right term for it, would be very popular nowadays and very useful. And it is actually it levels the playing field for mobility for many people, lalo na yung mga medyo isang kahig, isang tuka pa rin. Pag may bisikleta, may nararating. And today, we will be interviewing a celebrity biker. Siya po ay si Aira Lopez. She's on Facebook, YouTube, etc. And she is a popular cyclist. And it's very interesting how women now, Filipino women, are taking up cycling. Dati kasi ayaw maarawan. Ayaw magalusan. They're afraid of accidents and having scars, etc. But apparently, there are a lot of really hardcore women cyclists out there. And she will be joined by a good friend of ours. He's a lawyer. Medyo hindi ko lang alam kung sino sa amin ang mas matanda. Parang mas matanda ako sa kanya pero pareho na kaming thunder. Attorney Banjo Velasco, and he too has taken up cycling from my impression late in life. Pero impressive mga kaibigan because for somebody of his age, and he used to be a bit big, a bit lang, hindi naman big, pero a little on the heavy side. Ngayon pumapadyak ng kilometro. I think they even go to Tagaytay, to wherever. And I'm saying, boy, this guy is really proving a lot of people wrong. Anyway, let's go to our daily starter and get on with the program. Our daily starter is something I would like for all of you viewers to consider, reflect. Kasi maski ako po, natauhan ako when I read this. It is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. And it goes like this. People do not seem to realize that their opinion of the world is also a confession of their character. Ang lalim, ano? Yung iyong pagtingin o yung pananaw sa kamundo mong tinatayuan, or your perspective of your view of the world, whether it is ugly, wicked, it is hopeless, it may also be a reflection of your character na nawawala na ng pag-asa. And I have to confess, there are days where I tell my friends, just send all of your children abroad because they will have a brighter future there. And there are days where I really will fight for this country. So it can come with moods. But at the end of the day, I'm Filipino. I love the Philippines. So my character is that I'm a patriotic person. I'm a nationalist. So kayo po, what is your character? And you will find out from your view, okay? Your opinion of the world is also a confession of your character. And that's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Let's now go to the front page of the Philippine Star. Okay, mukhang very good news. Good news naman, or positive. Hindi po positive COVID. Pero good news. Ang front page of the Philippine Star, worst is over, question mark. Cases drop in most of the Philippines. So ayan po, kanya tayo bumaba na sa alert level 2 at pinag-uusapan na nga nung iba alert level 1 by April because many of the cases nationwide for COVID-19, particularly Omicron, has started to go down, just like in South Africa and other precedent countries where Omicron and COVID had a last surge. At the top of the paper, Congress, the House of Representatives, have cleared President Duterte, Michael Yang, and DBM executive from the House Family Probe. Medyo natatawa po ako kasi nung binasa ko ito, kalahati ng mga naakusahan cleared, pero kalahati ng naakusahan may kakasuhan daw. So just go read the findings of the House Family Probe that cleared President Duterte, Michael Yang, and DBM executive, but have recommended filing of charges to the rest of the gang. Ika nga. Okay. Hindi ko sinasabing gangster sila. It's just it is a figure of speech. Okay. That photo that you see there at the top of the Philippine Star front page, performers from the Golden Lion Youth Club perform a dragon dance at the mall in Quezon City to welcome Chinese New Year. Meantime, ito po, 14,546 new cases were reported yesterday, last day of January 2022, naka 14,546 all over the Philippines. Okay? Unfortunately, 112 people reportedly died due to COVID-19 yesterday. Ayan, okay. So, aside from the headline, the main headline, that big photo that you see in the center of the front page, that is the historical Philippine women's football team. Historical kasi first time in the history of the Philippines that they were able, a Philippine football team, Filipina football team, okay, secured a spot, a chance for the World Cup in 2023. Congratulations po, kasi ang nangyari dito hindi basta-basta nag-shoot out sila matapos na mag-score ang 3-all. What happened was it went down to a shootout, and the Filipina team won that shootout. Now, DOT allays fears of tourism-driven COVID surge. So, wag daw pong mag-alala ang mga probinsyano, mga LGUs, etc., and travelers because they are still strictly implementing health protocols to avoid any COVID surge once makawala na naman tayong lahat at magpasyala na naman. Beside that story of the headline, we have Guanzon opinion on DQ case released. Okay, the opinion, the decision of COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon was released separately yesterday by the COMELEC or through its spokesperson James Jimenez. Kumbaga, no, nilabas na nila yung desisyon ni Com Guanzon because sinabi na rin ni Com Guanzon kung ano yung desisyon niya dahil baka raw masabotahe o kaya masawala yung kanyang desisyon regarding the disqualification of Bongbong Marcos, where she decided that Bongbong Marcos should be disqualified for moral turpitude. Okay. Now, up next, bringing students back to school. That is the agenda being pushed now by the private sector led by Presidential Advisor on Entrepreneur Joey Concepcion because it will be part of the needed transition to normalcy or semi-normalcy para kumbaga yung mga bata makapasok, yung mga magulang makapagtrabaho, etc. At the bottom of that, we have the Philippine Star naming its sales and marketing director in the person of J.R. Sarmiento, okay, of the Philstar Media Group, effective today, 2022. Congratulations. And last but not the least, yung pong other photo na yan, Dragon, Chinese New Year sa North EDSA, SM City, North EDSA. And the bottom last story is the World Health Organization executive denies racism and to cooperate in probe. Kasi po, some people have filed complaints. There's an internal investigation concerning complaints filed against WHO, World Health Organization, Western Pacific Regional Director Takeshi Kasai, a Japanese doctor. And sinasabi niya hindi totoo na siya ay racist, hindi totoo na siya anti-Filipino, and that the complaints being filed primarily is because he is a very tough boss. And yan na po, ha? Okay, that comes with when you have multicultural organizations, and there will always be a situation where values will come into conflict. Okay, now let me just check if we have our first guest for today. Let's see. Oh, okay. We have on the other side of the camera, we have none other than one of our favorites, Undersecretary for the Department of Interior and Local Government, USEC Jonathan Malaya. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, Sir Cito, at magandang umaga po. Good morning to all of our televiewers. And
Okay.
Happy Chinese New Year.
Naunahan mo ko. Happy Chinese New Year. Pero I don't know what year you were born in, pero ang sabi sa akin, magpula raw ako. Anyway, Yusek Malaya, welcome to the program. And I guess it's good news that we are going down to alert level 2. But some people, particularly in the field of medicine and healthcare, were commenting in the past day that baka masyadong napaaga, masyadong namadali. Could you kindly explain to our viewers why this? Because a lot of people were expecting this February 15 at the earliest. Pero biglang nag-February 1. What happened?
Well, Sir Cito, I think unang-una, this decision of the IATF came about based on the recommendation of the Sub-Technical Working Group on Data Analytics. So all of these issues, all of these are based on the data, no? On the data. So if we look at the NCR's data, there has been a 67% decrease in new cases. Ganun kadami yung pagbagsak natin, no? from an average case of 13,200 the previous week, no? Itong linggong ito 4,398 na lang, no? So that's number one. The other thing is yung ating reproductive number went down. Dati 6.0 in January 2, it's now 0.47, less than 1. Okay, that's why the Okta Research Group also said na we're now at moderate risk classification. Number 3, our vaccination rate in Metro Manila is very high. Alam mo naman yan, no? Ang dami nag-booster shots dito. Actually, we've covered already the entire target population. Ang problema lang kasi sa Metro Manila, people come, people go, no, from the provinces. So, yun yung hinahabol natin mabakunahan. But in terms of the target population, we are doing very well in terms of vaccination. Metro Manila is the standard, the gold standard for vaccination for the entire country. And finally, and ito yung lagi nating pinagdedebatehan, no? The ability of the healthcare system to take in the infected individuals, no? And since Omicron was very mild or mild at the very least or asymptomatic for some, our healthcare utilization is at 40%. So low risk tayo. So because of that, the government decided to go alert level 2. Now, there will always be some people who will oppose this, no? Pero yung mga tao kasing yun, Sir Cito, with all due respect to them, they just see one aspect. No, they just see the health. No, paano naman yung ating ekonomiya? Paano yung ating mga kababayan, yung mga nawalan ng trabaho? Paano yung livelihood nila, no? Yung pang-araw-araw na kahirapan? No?
You're very right there, Yusek, kasi this last 2 weeks, I have basically been dealing with individuals who have kumbaga, come out and said, Kuyang, 2 taon na kaming walang kabuhayan, 2 taon nang walang trabaho, naghihirap na kami, and maraming mga Pilipino wala nang maisanla, pati cellphone, di ba? During the height of the pandemic, nagsasanla na. They were already or selling even cell phones just to make ends meet. So at the end of the day, we have no choice as far as that situation is concerned.
Yes, so I commiserate with those people, no? I call those people the lockdown mentality people, no? Because sa kanila parang let's lock down, and some of them even look at China as the gold standard, no? Kasi so parang ang gusto nila pag mag-isang kaso, shutdown na yung buong Pilipinas, no? It's not that, no? Let's look at what's happening across the world. The policy of the UK, the policy of many European countries, no, having seen the effects of the Omicron variant, which is now the dominant variant, they're starting to live with the virus. And I think that's also something that we need to do, of course, guided by our data, guided by our experience. And I think our experience ourselves shows that we can also live with the virus just like other countries in the world.
Okay, Yusek, the reason we asked for you specifically, or at least kung hindi ka available, someone from the DILG, is because there is this situation, if you would, no? Kumbaga, parang nagkakaroon ng distinction. There's a distinction between Metro Manila and provinces. And some people have the impression, and then Metro Manila yan. Kami dito sa probinsya, we have a different situation. We have different rules here. What is the position of the DILG regarding all of this? Kasi syempre, may mga tao rin sa probinsya sinasabi, kung Omicron didn't hurt Metro Manila, then we should have the same thing here in the provinces where they're alert level 3.
Iba naman po yun, no? Alert level 3 has different data, no? Alert level 3 have different situations. And ang problema sa probinsya, their healthcare capacity is not that high, no? So overwhelmed kaagad sila. And that's why we're taking each area differently. That's why marami sa mga lugar sa bansa, we elevated to alert level 3 because we saw that the situation there is critical, and most particularly yung mataas din yung reproductive rate nila, yung may mga yung positivity rate din, no? We have some
Mhm.
areas in the provinces na nasa 30-40% positivity rate. So ibig sabihin mabilis ang hawaan doon. And then the reproductive rate, reproductive number is also high. And then yung healthcare system nila ay nasa critical na. That's
Mhm.
why we're not yet there, no, Sir Cito, no, we're not yet there wherein we can have a uniform system across the country. There are some areas where the cases are still high, no? They may be going down, but they are still high.
Well,
Therefore, we make adjustments for these places.
admittedly, no, and I have observed this in the province, medyo maluwag or parang mas kumsi-kumsa ang mentality, parang di ba bahala, it's okay, no problem, parang mas relax sila sa probinsya and mas nagkakahawahan. Now the concern is we have been so strict in Metro Manila, we have locked down in Metro Manila, we have achieved, or the government, compliments to the government, na-improve natin ang situation in Metro Manila. How do we ensure na we can prevent the penetration or cross-border infections coming from the provinces? Yun ngayon ang concern ng iba. Paano natin mapapara yung mga yung sinabi mo nga, going in and out of Metro Manila?
Yeah. Well, una-una cases are going down. And not only in Metro Manila but across the country. That's the good news. Pangalawa, we're speeding up vaccination because it's really vaccination that's going to prevent people from getting critical illness, being hospitalized and dying. So that is the critical part. So we're not stopping there. We are in fact rolling out the 5 to 11 age group in Metro Manila and then in the provinces starting this Friday. Next week, we will start in regions 3 and 4B. So yun lang talaga, Sir Cito, ang magandang gawin natin ngayon is to vaccinate as many people because this will allow us to defeat the virus, no? And stop people from getting hospitalized. Yung movement kasi ng tao is something that we cannot stop anymore. Meaning, we have to get out of the lockdown mentality. No, we are now in the alert level system, and the alert level system allows a movement of people from one area to the other. Yung tinatawag na intrazonal and interzonal movement, allowed po yan because
sa bagay, kung susunod ka naman talaga sa patakaran, if you follow the rules, if you follow the health protocols, I mean, you take personal responsibility for your well-being, then we will reduce the possibility of infections as a result of all of this mobility.
Yes. There's another point, no, Sir Cito, na maganda na makita ng mga tao. Vaccine hesitancy, thank God, has dramatically gone down. No, I think we've talked about this so many times in your show in the past. No.
Yeah.
If you look at the SWS in May of last year, it was at a staggering 33%. No, now it's at 8%. This was in December 12 to 16. Nagka-Omicron pa tayo ngayong January. So I could expect mas bumaba na to, no? Sa Okta, it's 5%. So this could be lower. So a lot of people are getting vaccinated now. I think it's a combination of the various things we have done, the threat of the Omicron variant, the no vax, no ride policy, the stay-at-home orders, if you're unvaccinated, you need an RT-PCR test every 2 weeks. Lahat ng ito, no? Lahat ginawa natin has dramatically reduced the vaccine hesitancy. And I think people saw sa mga kaibigan nila, pag bakunado ka pala, pag tinamaan ka ng virus, pwede ka magpagaling sa bahay. And I think all of this allowed us to increase decrease vaccine hesitancy and increase vaccine coverage across the country.
Okay, the no vax, no ride policy is obviously going to be canceled or is officially canceled for Metro Manila. Now, may mga nagsasabi, what about the no vax card, no entry? Will that remain?
Well, para po sa amin sa DILG, we base kasi what we implement on the LGU ordinances passed by the different local government units. So there are some LGUs, yung ordinansa nila, hindi lamang pang alert level 3, but until lifted by the mayor. So dun sa mga lugar na yon, the LGUs are continue to implement the no vax, no labas, no? Yung stay at home.
Yeah.
Okay. So select po yan, no? We're currently reviewing the ordinances right now. But majority of them pang alert level 3 lamang yung stay at home orders. Okay.
Okay.
But the president also has a directive about keeping the unvaccinated in their homes. So in alert level 3 areas, Secretary Eduardo Año has directed the PNP to continue putting checkpoints. So in those areas na may checkpoints po ang DILG, you need to show a vaccination card to the police officer because there is a standing directive from the president.
Yeah, sabagay. Lalo na ngayong kampanya, election, maraming checkpoints. So kahit umiwas ka, bandang huli, masisita ka. Anyway, Yusek Malaya, thank you very much for your time this morning. I'm glad that after 2 years of talking about all of this, may nangyayari naman sa mga napag-usapan natin. We have progress and we have hope. Thank you very much, Yusek John.
Yes, tama po yan, Sir Cito. No, we have progressed, we have improved, and it's a collective work done by the Filipino people. No, that I think people have recognized, and that they need to comply with health protocols so that we can sustain the momentum. There's a momentum now, so let's continue complying with the health protocols so that this thing will continue and we can recover completely from this pandemic. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, God bless you. Yusek Malaya, have a good day and happy Chinese New Year. Okay, yan po si Yusek John Malaya, and we will go for a quick break. When we come back, we're going to speak with a 23-year-old triathlon athlete and celebrity cyclist and a friend of mine. He is a tawag ko sa kanya thunder biker, Banjo Navarro. We will be right back after this quick break. Okay, welcome back to the program agenda. I'm your host, Cito Beltran, and this is the fun part of the program where we feature individuals in very interesting endeavors, hobbies, businesses. And today, pag siniswerte nga naman ang bisita ko po, ang panauhin natin ay dalawa po. One of them, the first is a young lady who has been a triathlete. Panaginip niyang maging a sportscaster or courtside reporter in the PBA, and took up mass communication in Angeles University Foundation in Pampanga. Used to be a flight attendant, but right now we invited her because when we were looking for a female cyclist, everyone seemed to come up with the name Aira Lopez. So now that I've seen her on screen, I understand why everyone wants Aira Lopez. Aira, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning po. Good morning sa mga viewers natin. And good morning po. And thank you sa lahat ng nag-aabang ng na-share ko sa group chat namin.
Okay.
And thank you for inviting me this morning.
Thank you for accepting our invitation, Aira. And let me introduce a friend of mine naman. Ito naman ay, nako, baka masuntok ako nito mamaya after the program kasi ang bansag ko sa kanya, Thunder Biker. Kasi hindi po siya kidlat, hindi siya kulog. Kumbaga mathunder na rin siya katulad ko. But he impresses me because, I keep saying to myself, because I used to be a heavy cyclist. Meaning, talagang kilometro ako nagsa-cycling. Pero itong maman to, late in life ko na nakitang nag-cycling. He is a lawyer by profession for obligations and contracts, sales, credit transactions, and a corporate law ang kanyang specialization. But he is also a Bible study leader, a church leader, and became a Christian in 1999. After 14 years na siya pinagdadasal. But just like Aira, in his youth, he was a basketball player with the San Beda NCAA Juniors. Hindi ko nasasabihin kung anong year. NCAA basketball seniors and also track and field seniors. He is into golf, boxing, scuba diving, and now biking. None other than Attorney Banjo Navarro. Banjo, bro, welcome to the program. Okay, Banjo, magsalita ka.
Yeah, ako ba yun? Salamat, kaibigan Cito, brother Cito, for inviting me. Nagulat nga ako ba't ako pinili mong imbitahin.
Clearly, you have the jitters. But anyway, let's start with Aira. Aira, you were the popular choice ng mga bikers, both men and women. Sabi din si Aira, talagang heavyweight sa cycling. How did you get into cycling, Aira?
Ako po ever since, mahilig na po talaga ako sa sports Cito. So, parang halos lahat ng sports, volleyball, badminton, football na try ko na. Pero pumasok yung cycling because of my father kasi siya talaga yung nagbabike year 2014. So, na-encourage lang po niya ako. Meron siyang spare bike dito sa bahay. Pinaram niya sa akin and na-enjoy ko naman. After po nun, dire-diretso na hanggang sumali na ako ng mga races. Ganon.
Okay, now, but how did you transition? Kasi alam mo, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm just being historical here. Because in the Philippines, kababaihan were never really encouraged to ride bicycles.
Yes.
And sabi, nako, pag nagasgasan yung hita mo, yung binti mo, pangit ka na. Pag ikaw nasunog, magiging nog-nog ka, negra ka. And then, you might lose your virginity, etc., etc. Ito, natatawa ka, di ba? Pero alam mo, anak, panahon namin, yan yung mga pinag-uusapan. Okay, so, but were you not afraid of all of those or... kasi alam mo yung masugatan. Ako takot ako masugatan.
Mga semplang po kasi talagang normal yung semplang kapag siklista ka eh. So akin po parang noon pa talagang in-embrace ko na unang-una yung skin ko. Okay na sa akin na morena ako, yung ganon. Sa semplang naman, sugat. Dahil nga marami na ako na-try na sports, hindi na ako takot sa sugat. Ganyan. Ingat lang talaga. Pero thank God naman, di naman po ako semplangin. Di naman ako mahilig sumemplang. Ganun.
Okay.
Ingat.
What about you, Banjo? I mean, I've known you since hindi naman time immemorial. Pero the last thing I would have imagined you doing was becoming a serious cyclist. Sabi ko, naku, good for 6 months lang yan. Pag sumakit na yung balakang ng titigil na yan. Abay ngayon, umaabot ka na ng Tagaytay ba yan? Or saan ka ba, hanggang saan ka na ba umaabot, Banjo?
Inabot ko yung windmills ng Pililya.
Aray ko po.
Hindi ko ganun kalayo.
Okay. But how did you get into it? Kasi you know, it's a choice. It's not just a fancy ika nga, no? It's a serious choice to get into biking, cycling, especially in Metro Manila.
Well, I was being invited by brother Sitin, si Romel, at si Kenneth, for more than 2 years na yata.
Mhm.
Anyway, sige, bibili akong bike, I said, because my old bike was, wala, pinamigay ko na eh. And then they sent me a new bike, and I started using this modern gravel bike around the village in Manila. And then I went out. Then I like the speed and the distance and the adventure, and several people sa Viber group, marami palang Viber akong kaibigan na nag-bike. They invited me, and now I'm part of about 3 or 4 groups inviting me daily to ride with them. I rode in Subic yesterday and the other day.
Okay. Yeah, what about you, Aira? Sabi mo, pinahiram ka ni Papa mo ng bike mo. Dati ka na naman may trabaho ka na dati. You were a flight attendant. So,
Yes.
presumably, may budget ka. Ano ba yung first bike na binili mo? Kasi, alam mo, that is the one thing that prevents people from joining biking. Kasi kuyang naman kung magbabike lang ako tapos surplus na bike galing Japan na ibabike ko, wag na lang. Go, Aira.
Ako po, I started super young, 16 years old. So wala pa akong work noon. Estudyante pa lang po ako noon. Wala din, syempre, wala pang work. Spare bike lang po siya talaga, mountain bike. Yung mga entry-level MTB lang talaga, yung mga 10K, 15,000, yung ganun lang, mabigat pa ng mountain bike. So nung na-enjoy ko, dun lang po kami nag-upgrade talaga, yung gumastos na sa bike.
Okay.
So, ang murang bike. Akala kasi ng iba, umpisa pa lang, mahal na ng bike ko, branded na, hindi po. Ano lang, entry level lang talaga. Mura lang.
Okay, now, what bike do you prefer using and would recommend for women? Kasi, syempre, we have a lot of young women who watch the program also, mga anak ng mga kaibigan ko, and they would probably be asking, ano kayang bike ang magandang starter bike? I'll also ask the same with Banjo. But beginning with you, what would you recommend?
Ako po, I started using MTB po kasi mountain bike. And napansin ko din na yung mga friends ko nag-start talaga sa mountain bike. Then doon lang sila nag-shift sa road bike nung nakapag-practice na sila, na-enjoy na nila, kumbaga doon sila nag-upgrade. So ako po siguro, I recommend na start muna sa MTB since mas mura siya and mas safe kasi pag MTB, ano lang parang mostly mabagal ka lang muna Compared sa road bike, talagang bilisan na, ganyan. So, para sa akin, MTB muna po. Kasi doon ako nag-start and mas nadalian ako nung nag-practice muna ako sa mountain bike. Then, shift to road bike.
Okay. Banjo, what about you? For guys your age or in your league na late in life biker, medyo, hindi ka pa naman yata senior citizen o malapit na?
Senior, 61 na ako
61 ka na pala, okay. Malaki lang ang tanda ko sa amigo. But what would you recommend? Kasi ako, lahat ng bisikleta ko galing doon sa panaderia 1960s na solid steel, etc.
Actually, may collectors ng solid steel bikers. Maraming gumagamit niya na Pilipino. Nagpapasadya sila kay Ave Maldea, Filipino bike maker. But I would advise any beginner to get probably a gravel bike. It's a cross between mountain bike and road bike or racer bike. It's the road bike in form, but the tires are quite bigger. And with the roads in our country, it's a lot better, lalo na kung first time mo dadaanan ng isang kalye, to have a gravel bike.
Okay, but what about the aches and pains, Banjo? Because si Aira, bata eh. O hindi pa sumasakit ang katawan niya. Masakit lang yan pag nasa-sunburn. Pero yung edad natin, my friend, ang laging problema natin, yung sciatic nerve, yung lower back, yung knee. You were a heavy golfer before you got into this biking thing. Which is a healthier activity for you, biking or golfing?
Well, I was a heavy golfer at 200 plus pounds, but after I started biking, yesterday I weighed and mga 182 na lang ako eh. And
Sige, mga sarga pa.
and my shirt and pant size from XL naging medium na lang yung shorts ko. And shirt large from XL. Of course, biking is a lot healthier. In fact, when I play golf now, I don't get tired anymore. I can play 2 rounds of 18 holes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about Ira? In your case, isang damukal ng mga helmet yung nasa likod mo. Okay, okay na lang sa akin ginagamit mo yung props ano, pero what are the basic gear that women need to always remember? Kasi may nagsabi sa akin, kuya, nakakahiya bang magsuot ng knee pad kung babae ka? Sabi ko, di ba? May mga ganun eh. May mga nagle-leggings. Tapos sabi ko, ba't may bukol yung tuhod mo? Sir, kasi may knee pad eh.
Yung iba po pag talagang super walang experience sa biking, takot sila kaya sila nag-knee-pads, ganyan. Siguro pwede mag-knee-pads pag sa subdivision lang. Pero pag parang hindi maganda tingnan. Pero sa akin, I suggest po na kung mag-invest kayo sa isang gear, ganyan, syempre helmet. Talagang helmet saves lives. Dahil experience na po ng father ko yan na aksidente siya last year. So, wasak talaga yung helmet. Kaya naisip namin, paano pa kaya kung wala siyang helmet or yung helmet na ginamit niya ay yung di quality or murang helmet, baka ano nang nangyari. So helmet po talaga.
Okay, what about, kasi among runners naman, nauso yung mga Under Armour, mga dry fit, etc. For you bikers. Kasi si Banjo yata parang naka-dry fit outfit eh. Ano ba yung suit mo, Banjo?
Kino-commercial ko.
dry fit ba yan?
It's really dry fit. Mahirap mangamoy pag nagbabike ka. Mas mabuti na while biking, the wind will dry it. Mas comfortable ka. Of course, helmet kailangan talaga. Tama si Madam Aira.
So Aira, okay. So Aira, I was asking you, for women, what do you ladies wear when you ride? Kasi panahon ko t-shirt maong eh. Tsaka Converse.
Ano po, syempre naka-jersey na kami and depende rin kasi sa budget ng siklista eh dahil may mga murang jersey na nakikita sa Shopee, Lazada, na-try ko na yan. Pero iba pa rin yung tela ng quality eh. Iba po yung
What do you personally use? Kasi syempre hindi ka naman siguro every week magpapalit. So parang investment na rin yung riding outfit mo. What do you endorse or at least recommend?
Ako po, marami na ako na-try. Try na akong sobrang mahal, mura. Pero twin cycle gear, shop siya sa Angeles City, pasok sa budget. Nasa 1,000 plus lang. Kasi yung iba, 6,000 top jersey lang eh. Ang mahal. Pero yung twin cycle gear, maganda quality, pero nasa 1,000 pesos lang, ganyan. Pasok sa budget.
Okay, and what about shoes? Kasi when I seriously looked into this sport a few years ago, meron pang mga cleats, meron pang mga kung ano. Sabi ko, ano ba naman yan? Parang plastic na bakya.
Opo. So sa biking po, meron kaming tinatawag na bike shoes or cleat shoes. So marami ding brands na sa bike shoes na ganyan. May Shimano, may Bond, yan yung mga sikat sa biking eh. Pero ako po, I prefer yung Shimano and Bond. Medyo pricey lang si Bond. Mabot siya ng 15,000 to 20,000 eh. Pero kung baguhan ka lang, pwede ka mag-start sa Shimano. Nasa 3,000, 4,000 pesos.
Okay, let me ask Banjo. Banjo, what was your experience like getting into this hobby or into this sport? Kasi a lot of guys my age are seriously considering biking. Lalo na ngayon na nag-open up na. Pero natatakot sila eh. Baka hindi nila kayanan, mahirapan sila. How did you approach? Because I know you're very structured in your approach. You're a lawyer and you do the same thing with your hobbies. Paano mo inumpisahan itong pagbabiking?
Sinimulan ko to sa loob ng Rolling Hills, dito sa New Manila Rolling Hills subdivision. I didn't go out sa streets first. I did a 30-minute, 45-minute, 1-hour ride every day until nabore ako sa loob ng subdivision. I went out. First time I went out, I went back immediately. Sabi ko, ayoko na. Hindi ko kaya itong mga jeepney na to and the motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got bitten by the bike bug and I went all over Metro Manila and surrounding cities of Metro Manila. We went to Antipolo regularly. We go to UP. We go to MOA. It's a good place for starters to bike. And BGC. So I ride daily from New Manila to Ortigas to BGC, then back. And that's a good start for beginners.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Aira? Do you actually ride alone? Kasi anak, yung daughter ko, kasing ganda mo rin, medyo magkakamatayan kung magpedal siyang mag-isa. Do you actually ride alone? Do you feel safer in Metro Manila now that we actually have bike lanes, even on EDSA?
Actually po, I've been biking for 6 years pero never pa ako nag-bike mag-isa. Ayaw din ng tatay, ayaw din ng tatay ko. Di ba po? Siyempre, unang-una, sinasabi nila, medyo delikado nga, babae ka, nagbabike. Tapos, lalo na kung maganda bike mo, alam mo naman may mga loko-loko, baka pababain ka. Tapos, kinuha-bike mo. Doon takot yung tatay ko eh. Ginastos ako yung bike mo, hindi pa yung, baka daw mawala, or ganyan. Kaya dapat lagi daw siyang kasama. Or group kami.
Well, that's good. That's you build up memories. You have bonding time with your dad. So, what about? I hope I'm not stepping on a landmine here or anything. But what about your mom?
Same din po, pero si mama kasi sobrang supportive, pero hindi siya nagbabike. Ano lang siya, supportive lang. Nasa kayo magbabike, kumusta yung ride niya, mga ganun lang. Yung tatay talaga yung sobrang protective pagdating sa biking dahil biker din siya eh. Alam niya yung mga nangyayari, alam niya yung pakiramdam.
Okay, how do you choose your routes? Kasi si Banjo, yung routing niya medyo job-related or work-related. Office, sa bahay, sa kliyente. Sabi ko nga, medyo iba rin to, no? Dadating sa opisina ko, naka-biking gear, sa abogado ko.
Ako po, dito sa Tarlac, marami kasing sikat na bike routes dito eh. So, lahat yun na-try na namin. And then, nung nag-vlog po ako, maraming comments on YouTube na kino-comment nila yung mga sikat na ruta dito sa Pilipinas. So, nag-start kami Luzon. So, pinuntahan namin yung Revpal, papuntang Baguio, Tagaytay, yung mga aakyatan kasi yun yung challenging sa amin eh. So,
papuntang Baguio, nagbibiro ka bang bata ka? Dito kasi sa Barrio Capitolio, kung doon kay Banjo, rolling hills, ang village niya, sa akin puro hills. Kanya hindi ako makapagbisikleta dito, puro paangat, walang pababa.
Yun po sa Baguio. So, kumbaga yun yung favorite ni-ride namin. Kasi never ko imagine na makakit ko yung Baguio. Kasi dati, sasakyan yung gamit namin. Tapos ngayon, nakabike ako, diba? Yun. Nag-Baguio na po kami.
Okay, Banjo, ikaw ba nagpa-physical exam ka muna, bro, bago ka pumasok dun sa pagbibisikleta na yan? Kasi ikaw, I think you're still okay. Ako, medyo 5 na tubo ko sa puso eh. So, I don't think you would recommend me doing the Baguio route with Aira's papa.
Dito ko muna sa village. But to answer your question, hindi ako medical check-up kasi I didn't expect na magiging serious biker ako. So I just rode until sabi ng wife ko, magpa-blood camp ka nga, blood check-up natin yung blood mo. So after 1.5 months of biking, the results came out, even the doctors got surprised. Bumaba lahat. Literally. Pati SGPT ko na hindi bumaba. So ano ba ginagawa mo? Ano yung tinitake mo? Wala ho. Doc, bike lang. Water and exercise and bike. So to those who want their blood count to become a little better, try biking kahit mga 30 minutes a day.
Okay, now for you, Ira, what have been the challenges and what have been the blessings of being a cyclist? Obviously, sikat ka. You have more than 600,000 followers, and you will soon be having your own TV program, I understand, in another station. But what have been the challenges, or what are the challenges for women in cycling in the Philippines?
Challenges. Wait lang, napaisip ako dun kasi wala akong maisip. Puro mga benefits na sa akin. Pero challenge siguro sa start. Siyempre mahirapan ka dahil nag-start din ako ng beginner. Mahirap sumabay sa ibang siklista, di ba? Lalo na kung pro na yung mga kasama mo. So, yun. Lalo na kung mga routes na pinupuntahan nyo. Ahon. At beginner ka, mahirapan ka talaga. Pero, syempre, lahat naman tayo nagsisimula as a beginner. Masasanay ka din. And you have to trust the progress. So, yun lang naman yung naging challenge sa akin. And then, other than that, puro benefits na eh. Kasi, nung pinasok ko yung biking, mas naging healthy ako. Mas naging close ako sa family ko dahil naging bonding namin to, di ba? And mas dumami yung friends ko dahil naging part ako ng community na to, di ba? Marami ng bikers sa Pilipinas, kaya mas marami akong nakilala, diba?
Okay, but have you thought about doing serious international race? Kasi alam mo, bigla ko naisip yan dahil nanalo nga yung Filipina football team, hindi Philippine, Filipina football team sa World Soccer. Ngayon, ang tanong, you're a very competitive individual. You were in triathlon, etc. May bala ka bang sumali sa mga international bike races?
International, parang wala pa po akong plan. Puro race lang dito sa Philippines eh. Dito. Pero okay naman. Parang okay na ako. Nagpo-podium ako. Nakapag-first ako. Pero international, parang di siguro. Kasi nag-enjoy na ako na parang leisure lang namin yung biking eh. Talagang for fun lang. Tapos kung may races at nalanalo, mas maganda, di ba? Kasi lahat ng training na ginagawa namin, may napupunta.
Banjo, you already explain testimony, gave us a testimony of your good health. You lost more than 20 pounds. All of your blood indicators are fantastic. Your doctors are amazed. But how do you fit biking into your schedule? Alam ko pandemic yun, baka medyo nabawasan, medyo hindi ka na kasing busy, but there are a lot of people na, boy, would I like to bike, but how do I fit it into my schedule?
Biking is not choosy. You can bike early morning before the sun rises, or you can bike night with your lights. I do that a lot in the village until the last time that I collided with the flying bat, literally in my head. So I stopped night biking muna. But you can choose your time. In fact, I wrote shortly before this interview around the village. I can bike lunchtime, during lunch break, or like what you said, I attend meetings in this outfit. Like the last one I attended in Uptown Mall in Katipunan to sign a big contract, and my counterpart was in a heavy barong, and our clients were both looking at us. I had to say sorry, but it's my biking day today, so I had to come in this outfit.
Tanggap naman nila.
Okay naman.
Okay. Ira, what were you saying, Banjo? Sorry.
I work with this outfit. I go to the office in this outfit. I just change clothes in the office.
Okay.
The office ko, di ba?
Yeah. Ira, before we end with the program, what tips can you give to women? Kasi mayroong nagsumbong sa akin na cyclist na lalaki. Sabi, una, hindi raw sila nagra-ride kasama yung mga babae. Sabi ko, masyado naman kayong gender bias. Yung iba nga gustong-gusto makaride ng mga ladies. Hindi kasi kuya, nakaka-intimidate yung mga female cyclist na yan, lalo na yung mga seryoso. Grabe sila mag-upgrade ng mga bikes nila. Yung hindi na nila mabiling mga makeup at mga relo dahil
Grabe.
naging cyclist na, binubuhos daw sa mga bisikleta. Magpakatotoo ka, Ira. Totoo ba
parang
yan?
totoo po ata yun. Grabe. Kasi ako, never ko namang inisip na gastusan yung makeup, bumili, mag-shopping ng damit. Sa biking lang talaga ako napapagastos ng sobra. Kasi, kumbaga, ito na yung ano ko, yung lifestyle ko talaga. Naging part na talaga ng lifestyle ko si biking. Pero syempre, yung isa sa tip ko po sa mga beginners, syempre you have to choose the right bike. Kasi sabi nga namin ni Sir Banjo kanina, sa kanya naman gravel bike, ako mountain bike. So siguro do a little research kung anong perfect bike for you kung gusto mo mag-start mag-bike, di ba? And parang ano lang yan running shoes eh. Finifit mo muna bago mo bilhin, di ba? So may sizing din sa bikes. May small, medium, large, merong specific size. So kailangan mo munang i-check kung anong perfect bike for you. And isa rin, research din sa basic hand signals kasi ginagawa din namin yan kagaya ng mga sasakyan. Para mas maging safe ka sa daan, kailangan mong malaman yun, yung signal sa biking. Yun. And syempre, enjoy lang. Yun lang talaga.
Okay, enjoy lang. Nakakaaliw kang panoorin eh. Para kaming nanonood ng mga anak namin, mga makukulit sa YouTube o sa FB. But anyway, no, it's really fun with you this morning. But Banjo, I'll end the interview with you, Banjo. As far as your experience is concerned, because I think Ira's generation, they're physically fit, they're active, and tayo, it's our generation that's losing out on all of this. As Ira pointed out, she gets time with her dad, she has fun, meets a lot of people. What is the best thing that happened or you get out of biking?
Well, I bike with my son and my daughter-in-law regularly. I bike with a lot of friends, and we formed a Bible fellowship. And we meet Sunday morning at Conrad's Hotel. I invite some biker preachers, pastors to teach, and send you a short video of one. And we meet a lot of friends. I actually got some clients already by just biking.
Okay ba? Okay ka, nakatuhog ka. Okay, anyway, Banjo, Ira, thank you very much for a fun morning and
Thank you po.
at least for teaching our viewers that it's healthy, it's good for the body, for the soul, and especially with the family. Thank you, Banjo Navarro, Aira Lopez. God bless both of you. Have
Thank you
fun.
po.
Okay, and that's today's final interview, and we leave you with the blessing for the week. It is from Isaiah 41, verse 10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Para sa inyong mga naninindigan sa katotohanan, naniniwala sa mga pangako ng Diyos, I hope you will take this to heart, the blessing for the week. God bless all of you. Thank you for being subscribers of Cignal TV. Thank you for PLDT Home Fiber Optic Internet. Keep it here on One News PH.